Hey guys, let's go ahead and dive in and talk about adaptations, and let's look at structures and functions a little bit closer when we talk about adaptations. So adaptations, we know, is a physical feature or behavior that helps a plant or animal survive. So within an adaptation, we have two things: a structure, which is how the parts are put together, and then we have a function, what something does or the purpose of it. So in our pictures that we have here of our giraffe, the structure would be that a giraffe has a long neck, and the function would be that the giraffe uses its long neck to reach food. So every structure has a function, and there's a reason why it's structured the way it is. So even though a giraffe's long neck looks really cool, its purpose is so that it can reach food high in a tree. So if we look at adaptations of plants and animals a little bit more, there are different adaptations that have a certain purpose. So one of those would be to get food. And you can see by the pictures that are on this slide that all of these animals have different types of mouths. You can see that we have a couple of birds here that have different types of beaks in order to get food. Our horse down there at the bottom has big teeth and a tongue. We have our anteater, which has a long nose and mouth so he can grab little ants that he can find. And then the other thing was camouflage in order to get food. So we have a picture of a lion there hiding in grass, and we know that he's hiding so he can catch prey. Another adaptation that animals would have would be in order to protect themselves. So with that being said, we can talk about camouflage again, because animals can use camouflage to not only find prey, but to also protect themselves from a predator. So we have our picture of an owl down there that's hiding in a tree. We know that animals have horns, so we've got our picture of our two animals up there that are kind of fighting, and you can see their horns. Sharp teeth on the tiger there, and then our plant down there at the bottom has lots of big thorns that you can see. All right, so another function would be to retain or conserve water. So we have our two pictures of our cactuses there. You guys might have succulents or a cactus at home that you could look at, but if you notice in the picture, those leaves on those are kind of have a waxy coating and are thick. So if we were to break them open, we would be able to find water or a type of moisture. You might also have an aloe vera plant at home, and if you've ever seen one of those or broken one open, you would notice that there is water inside. I've included a camel on here. A lot of times people think that a camel conserves water in its hump, but it's actually storing food or fat in its hump. But that's another way that animals can retain things in order to survive in their area. So that would be an adaptation that a camel has. Other desert animals also have adaptations in order for them to store food and water. Another function would be to breathe underwater. So we've got all types of animals that you can find underwater. We know that the two structures would be gills and a blowhole. So we've got our shark there with gills and our stingray over to the side that also has gills. And then we have our two animals there at the bottom, a whale and a dolphin, that both have a blowhole in order to breathe underwater. Another function would be in order to stay warm. So the structure would be feathers or fur or blubber. And we also know that one thing that animals can do in order to stay warm and how they adapt to their environment would be to migrate. So we have our picture there of our birds that are migrating south for the winter. We've got our duck there that has feathers in order to keep him warm. We've got our animal down there in the snow with lots of fur, and then we've got our walrus over there to the side with lots of blubber. You can also check out one of the optional activities that you have that's a blubber activity that you can kind of test what it would be like for an animal that has blubber on yourself. So if we want to take a closer look at plant structures, you guys obviously know different parts of a plant, but let's talk about the function and really the purpose of those different parts. So one structure that plants have is obviously leaves, and you know that plants need sunlight in order for them to survive. That's one of its basic needs. So the purpose of a leaf would be that it would take in sunlight and carbon dioxide in order to make food. Another structure would be spines and thorns, and those are obviously to protect the plant from predators who might want to eat it. Another one would be the stem of a plant, and the purpose of a stem would be that it carries water, nutrients, and minerals to the rest of the plant. And a stem also supports the plant and keeps it upright and kind of keeps it strong. The roots of a plant would be another structure. Roots also absorb water from the soil, and roots also kind of keep a plant or tree balanced in the soil so they don't fall over. Our last two structures that we're going to talk about on plants is bark. You could go outside and look at a tree in your yard and see bark. The purpose of bark is to protect the inside of the tree and help it hold in water. And then the last one that we have is color. We know that plants come in all different colors, especially flowers. And the purpose of that color is so that it will attract bees to pollinate the plant and flower.